All right, today we are diving into a book that completely changed the game when it comes to understanding trauma, The Body Keeps the Score by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk. His work totally flipped our understanding on its head, showing us that trauma isn't just a bad memory we have, it's something our bodies physically relive, again and again. So to really get it, let's start with someone who was trapped in that very loop.
So let me introduce you to Tom. He's a Vietnam vet, and if you just looked at his life from the outside, you'd think he had it made. Successful lawyer, great family, the whole picture-perfect setup, but inside, he felt nothing. Just this profound numbness, punctuated by these terrifying rages he couldn't control. Tom's story is exactly what Dr. van der Kolk was seeing, this massive, painful gap between someone's outer life and their inner reality.
So what even is trauma? Well, it's way more than just a bad memory. Think of it as an experience so overwhelming, so unbearable, that your conscious mind's only move is to just shove it away. But here's the paradox, right? The part of our brain that's wired for pure survival, our primal brain, it doesn't forget. It can't. Its entire job is to remember danger to keep us safe, so it holds on tight, even when the rest of us is trying desperately to let go.
And to really understand why the brain holds on like that, we have to look at how it's wired. Because above all else, your brain is built for one thing: survival.
Okay, so picture your brain having two main roads for information to travel down. First, you've got the high road. This is the scenic route. It goes through your frontal cortex. It's slow, it's logical. It's how you make sense of things. But then there's the low road. And this thing is a super fast, direct highway straight to your amygdala, the emotional, reactive part of your brain. It's built for speed, not for accuracy.
The best way to think of the amygdala is as the brain's smoke detector. Its one and only job is to scream bloody murder at the tiniest hint of danger, long before your rational brain has a chance to figure out if it's a real fire or you just burn the toast. Now, here's the problem with trauma. That smoke detector gets stuck on the highest possible sensitivity setting. It becomes dangerously overreactive. Which brings us to this critical question. When someone is having a flashback, what is actually happening inside their brain? Thanks to brain imaging, we now have a shockingly clear answer. Okay, this is where the science gets wild. When a flashback hits, the amygdala just screams, "Fire!" And the brain scans show something incredible. Broca's area, which is the speech center in your rational brain, it just shuts down. It goes dark. The part of you that knows, that was then, this is now, the part that can put words to experience, goes completely offline. The book calls this speechless terror. You literally can't think your way out of it because the thinking part of your brain has been hijacked.
And this state of brain hijack has massive consequences, because that alarm isn't just a thought. It's a full-body, code-red experience. The trauma isn't just an idea in the mind. It gets locked into our very cells, our muscles, our gut.
So when that internal alarm system is just constantly blaring, the body has to adapt. It either stays on high alert, which leads to hyperarousal, feeling jumpy, irritable, always on edge, or it does the exact opposite and just shuts down, which leads to that numbness and dissociation, feeling disconnected. These are not character flaws. They're physical imprints of a survival system that's stuck in the on position.
This all became crystal clear from the brain scan of a woman named Oot during a flashback. Her brain was almost entirely dark. She was in a state of total shutdown, what the book calls depersonalization. And in that state, you can see why conventional talk therapy is basically useless. How can you talk about a problem when the part of your brain that uses language and reason isn't even online?
And this, right here, is the core idea of the entire book. The event that happened out there in the past, it's over. But the war isn't. The battle has just moved to a new front. It's now being fought on the battlefield of the survivor's own body, trapping them in a past that feels terrifyingly present. But, and this is a really important but, if the body is where the trauma is held, then the body might also hold the key to healing. And this brings us to the most hopeful, incredible part of this work, the pathways back to safety.
So the book lays out three main approaches to healing. You've got the top-down route. That's using the rational mind, talking, making sense of memories. Then you have medicines, which can help calm down that haywire alarm system.
But the most profound and revolutionary idea comes from the third path, healing from the bottom up.
This is the absolute game changer. Since the rational brain is offline during these moments of terror, bottom-up therapies don't even try to go through the front door. They bypass it. Things like yoga, breath work, movement, they allow the body to have new experiences of being in control, of feeling grounded, of being safe. These physical feelings send a powerful new message up to the emotional brain, basically telling it, hey, the war is over. It's safe to stand down now.
And this is the ultimate goal. Real healing from trauma isn't about trying to forget the past. It's about changing your relationship with your own body, right here in the present. It's about getting back a sense of control, of knowing you can influence how you feel, and finally feeling at home and safe inside your own skin.
And so, the book leaves us with this powerful, essential question. And it's not just a question for survivors. It's really for all of us. It redefines healing, not as some mental chore, but as a physical journey back to ourselves.